After more than a year locked down, Canada's opening its border back up to international travelers, starting with the U.S.
On August 9th, we will be opening non-essential travel to Americans who've been fully vaccinated for at least 14 days. This is in recognition of our unique bond.
That means no 2-week quarantine, but travelers will be required to show proof they've received Health Canada-approved vaccines and must test negative pre-departure, but will no longer face a test upon arrival in Canada unless randomly selected.
We've been anxiously waiting.
This fully vaccinated couple who live in New York State plan to drive across the border on day one of reopening, a visit to finally reunite with Canadian family and friends.
So this is freedom.
Unvaccinated children under 12 will also no longer have to quarantine for 2 weeks, but there are restrictions and it's unclear how strictly it will be enforced.
They can accompany their parent or guardian out of the house to their destination, so long as they avoid group settings like summer camps, school, or childcare for 14 days.
As far as I'm concerned, those restrictions are a small price to pay to have the opportunity to come home.
Andrew Boggs lives in the UK with his family. His son has only met his Canadian grandparents and relatives once due to quarantine rules, but that's about to change.
It's been so long, and especially for my little boy, so much of his engagement with his relatives is tactile, is being able to be with them and touch them, and not having that for so long. Sorry.
But some experts argue reopening the border with the Delta variant on the rise is a risk.
Given that only 50% of the Canadian population is protected, what might happen in Canada is a fourth wave, and a fourth wave of infection, especially in those that are not fully protected.
The U.S. says it isn't ready to reopen its border to Canada yet.
We are continuing to review our travel restrictions.
And Ashley, what do we know about why the government's doing this now?
Well, Ian, Canada has surpassed the U.S. for the percentage of the population fully vaccinated. Officials say that plus the decline in cases is why it's moving forward with this reopening. But political watchers point to the possibility of an election call, and being able to run on a campaign of one or more steps toward normalcy might be advantageous and could help shield against criticism for calling it during a pandemic.
Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you.